month of April was rough for me. It felt never ending. I don't know if anyone else felt like that in April, but it was long for me. I dealt with some family issues, some of my own personal issues. I was very busy on the client side, which is not something to complain about ever. Just normally with the client side, I always notice in the beginning of the month, I always have my clients set up. I know what I'm working with and I write it down. But it started off, I got busy in the middle of the month. And normally in the middle of the month, I'm kind of like dotting my I's, crossing my T's, like kind of ending things and doing the smooth transition into Miss Lady stuff. But I realized like every month in business is different. Each month is different from the next. And what I'm learning is to roll with the punches because of my schedule is not what it used to be. And it's just a new space for me and just understanding that. And it's okay. So with that, client work and realizing it, I had a revelation. I had help with this revelation. I didn't come up with this on my own. But I was realizing overall, like, I have my clients, which are awesome, but I realized, okay Miss Lady is my client too, right? Okay Miss Lady is my star client. So while I'm scheduling my month, why am I not scheduling Okay Miss Lady as a client too? Every month I write down the clients that I have and specifically projects that I'm working for each of the clients. Why can't I scratch in time for Okay Miss Lady too, right? Don't wait until the end of the month or mid-month where I'm planning things out. Like, why can't I scratch in time within my schedule for Okay Miss Lady too? Because Okay Miss Lady is a client. And it's so crazy because in 2019, I didn't have any clients and Miss Lady was a client. So I kind of had to be reminded again from two people to carve time into my schedule for Okay Miss Lady. I can afford to do that. Why not? It's my superstar client. Not saying that my other clients aren't important, because they are, but Okay Miss Lady is my happy place. Okay Miss Lady is joy for me. I enjoy creating. I finally discovered what I want to do for the rest of my life. It might sound crazy to some, but I discovered that through Okay Miss Lady. So why can't I carve time to actually make her my client? So that's what I've discovered in April. With all of the toughness of April and the highs and lows, I have a concrete idea that Okay Miss Lady is going to be a client moving forward with all of the other clients that I have. And with that said, I'm happy to say I was able to produce a sneaker diary in April, which I haven't done in a while. And for people who've been watching from the beginning, know that sneakers is where I started. And I call them sneaker diaries. So I want to talk now about my process. Now that it's in the year, I'm talking about it. Okay Miss Lady's a client. That sneaker diary is a project, definitely under Okay Miss Lady. So when I think of sneakers, for me, it's more about the story and how it makes me feel. And the sneaker I did a diary on was the Adidas Hue. That sneaker came out in October, and I actually planned in 2020. I wanted to release it then, but I didn't have all the moving parts. And for me, when I tell my story, especially when the lens is open to a sneaker, I want to make sure that it is authentic to me and how I see it, my perception of it. So it took a little more time than I expected, and 2020 was already hectic. So when I see a sneaker, automatically my mind goes like off. Like, well, how does it make me feel? So this sneaker really made me feel like, I felt like I was a monk, right? I was in this space of tranquility, right? The sneaker has the wording extra I on it, and when you think of that, it connects you back to being like enlightening, like you're not in this world. So I wanted to create a world around that. Like, what would it be like the moment you touch this sneaker, you become higher than yourself, right? You're not of this world anymore, right? You're in this cerebral vortex. So when I'm thinking of these ideas, it starts off with me sketching. Sketch everything out. And I think of the 6-panel post like on Instagram. When I want to tell these stories, I use 6 panels to do that, right? And it's so fun to actually sketch my ideas out and then see them come to life. And it takes me time to get there when I'm sketching, but to see the finishing product, I'm so proud of myself. Right? It took a while to get it to that space, but I'm proud of it. It's all about what that sneaker does once it's in your hand and once you put it on, right? You become outside of this world, right? Or it's like this force, this being that's beyond yourself. So I wanted to really capture that, and I think it went really well. I love the idea of me floating on the cloud, and this is the sketch of that, what that feels like. And even down to the music, for me, it needs to feel like a lotus flower, like this, your cleared mind, and tapping the story into like really what I want to do. I want to be free. The breakdown of me talking about the sneaker and why I'm doing it, what this sneaker inspires me to be. Like, I know a lot of times people in the sneaker industry, or just the sneaker world in general, is all about the hype, and it's all about, oh, it's a cool shoe. But for me, it's so much deeper than that. And this shoe literally made me want to really tap into something higher than myself. Like, literally getting therapy. I don't mean to be personal, but yeah, I want to really overcome all of my fears and not be bogged down by the social constructs of the world that we live in. And this sneaker represents that for me. Like, it's a real live functioning form of what that is. Like, extra I, what does that mean? Like, opening up your mind to something higher, nothing surface. So it's literally inspired me. It still does. Like, and the fact that I'm able to create this content, it's gonna always be that go-to point for me, a reminder of that. When I wear the shoe is a reminder. It's a constant story. It's a constant reminder of me wanting to be higher, me wanting to be free from my fears. So happy that I was able to produce that and give you guys a glimpse of my process and the thinking behind it. Because explaining the why, I think as a designer in me, is always important. So April was a tough month, but it showed me that I am resilient, and OK Miss Lady is and always will be my superstar client. So that's what I learned in April.